Hello again, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Game Pass Grab Bag, your weekly podcast reviewing games from the Game Pass collection. We give you a 3D perspective and varying skill range. I am the Dracula of this episode, Andrew. With me are Colin Robbins, Keith.
Hello.
And with us are Celine, Liz.
Hey guys.
And our special guest, Blades IRS agent, Aaron.
Hi, guys.
Why did you pick that intro, Aaron?
Because I thought of a cool vampire reference. And Wesley Snipes went to jail. He was Blade, but he went to jail for tax evasion. So I'm the IRS agent who took down Blade.
I actually didn't know he went to jail.
Yeah, he was in jail for 8 years.
Really?
It was that long?
It was a whole lot of tax evasion.
I know he did. I know he did a whole lot of evading. I didn't know he was in jail for that long.
It was a long time. I might be exaggerating just slightly because I don't know if you can go to jail for tax evasion for that long.
Martha Stewart did. Oh, no, she went for embezzling.
Yeah, it was something
Insider
way
trading.
lamer.
And, yeah. She's the only one I can, only celebrity I know who actually, served jail time. So I didn't know Wesley Snipes actually did.
Oh, yeah.
Did you know that Martha Stewart was actually a licensed stockbroker? She knew what she was doing was wrong. That's just a fun fact.
That is a fun fact.
I did not know that either. That is a fun fact. Thank you, Keith.
You're welcome.
So this week we played Vampire Survivors. So this is a listener request, so thank you so much, Hammer Dad with a drum pad, who recommended that we played Vampire Survivor. And thank you, Aaron, for joining us. And this episode is brought to you by the drink of the episode, Hot Toddies, because both me and Liz are sick. So my cough has gone down, but Liz is still pretty
I'll try
sick
my
here.
best.
So you're drinking hard liquor. Good choice.
It's not hard liquor. I mean, it's very little. It's mostly lemon and honey.
Whoa. You got to fill me in. I'm not a hot drink guy. What is a hot toddy? Describe this for
You
me.
never had a hot toddy?
No, I'm currently drinking a LaCroix Pamplemousse.
I'm surprised because our folks are obsessed with hot toddies. So they're actually the ones who taught me about it. But it's 1/2 ounce of bourbon, and you put lemon juice, honey, and then fill it up with the rest with hot water. So it's like this. Honestly, it's kind of like tea, but with liquor in it. But you don't put as much liquor in it, so it's not very powerful. But man, does it clear you up?
Yeah,
it sounds
makes you
gross.
feel so good after.
No, it
It actually it sounds gross, but I mean I just like whiskey, but it just tasted like a warm lemony drink. It was so good.
yeah, it's quite refreshing.
Liz
don't-
just drinks them on a Saturday
Yeah,
afternoon.
I just don't know if I want whiskey mixed with warm water. That's the part that's I don't know about that.
It's like tea.
Yeah, but that's not tea. That's not what tea is. Tea isn't whiskey.
That's as much like tea as a Long Island iced tea is
Yeah.
iced tea.
Great point.
Okay, I guess I'll accept
So
that.
in this episode of We Don't Drink Liquor, and it shows,
Yeah.
So, Vampire Survivor is a top-down action roguelike where you are playing a character, one of the many survivors you can unlock in this game. And the game describes that you are the bullet hell. So you are essentially picking up weapons and fighting countless hordes of monsters that are trying to end your run. That's about it. It's a very simple game. And all you got to do for controls is left stick. So if you're looking for something pretty chill, this might be right up your alley. But going around, Keith, would you describe this as a roguelike? So was this a gamer pass for you?
come on, I think you already know the answer to this. You were the one who told me to play this game. I
Yeah.
dug out a PC that I wasn't really entirely sure if it would work to set it up to see if I could play this game on my computer. And the second I fired it up, I was hooked. And this is 100% definite game. Even if you're only on the fence about roguelikes, there is something about Vampire Survivors that, man, I'll tell you, it is just boatloads of fun. And I actually kind of don't know why, but it is.
So
definite
Aaron,
game, I think I said. Yeah.
So Aaron, I want to know from you because I want to hear your thoughts. Was this gamer pass for you?
First off, this is a game, and knowing Keith from a pretty young age, this just screams a game Keith would just spend 6 hours straight playing. I could just feel that in my bones. So this is a definite game. However, I've got one gripe that I'm not going to mention anywhere else in this podcast. I'm going to do it here on the front end, and that is the title of this game. I can't count how many times I want to call it Zombie Survivors or Vampire Slayers. Vampire Survivors is an awful name because it's a combo of titles I do not put together. It just doesn't naturally flow for me. I can't stand that about this game, and that's literally the only thing I don't like.
Well, it's kind of a running joke. Do you know how many vampires are actually in this game?
0.
I don't think there's
actually
any.
0 vampires.
I mean, it's hard to tell. I mean, you're kind of fighting a lot of ghouls. Are you sure
I know, but,
none of those ghouls
yeah.
are a vampire?
Yeah, because I saw an interview of like the
Fight a lot of bats.
You do.
yeah, the creator of this game, Poncle, is the studio or the guy who kind of created this game. They interviewed him and asked him if he ever plans on having a vampire in this game, which I do believe there is, because there is a story. There actually is kind of a story of Vampire Survivor. But I think it's interesting that you found this a game, Aaron, because this is one of the reasons I wanted you on this podcast, because I wanted to call you out on this.
What?
Back in the day, there was a game all of us here loved. Do you remember this? This game was called...
Hold on.
This game...
Did you bring me into this podcast just to punk me? That was the only reason?
You can hang up now. It's fine.
Yeah, I leave right after. Go ahead.
Do you remember? So back in the day, there was a game all of us here, we loved. Little game called Slay the Spire. And you specifically said, I do not like this game because it is a mobile game. And now, here we are playing Vampire Survivor, which is legitimately a mobile game because there is a mobile version of this game, and you actually give this a game. But you refused to like Slay the Spire because you said it was, quote, too much like a mobile game.
Okay. All right, hold on. First off, Vampire Survivors
Boom roasted.
is not a mobile game. So, nice try.
Yes, it is. Look in the App Store.
No. It was not in the App Store.
It
is?
is? It 100% is.
When did it end up in the App Store? I've been looking for it.
Like
In the last,
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
they,
all right,
they
so I checked
pushed
the
it out.
logic. All right, so it's funny that you mentioned that, Andrew, because later on I planned on bringing that up as a topic on how when I saw this was on PC first, obviously, and everybody was all, "Oh, this is amazing! This is amazing!" And this game looks awful if you're just watching it. And I remember watching it and thinking, "That looks stupid and really boring and a mobile game." And then it came to Xbox, and I was like, I'll give it a shot. And it changed me. I'm a changed man because of this game. So I was going to get to that point, but you had to roast me here early on, so thank you.
Okay. But anyway, I'll get to my talk. For me, this is a game as well. It is a lot of fun. I 100% agree with you, Aaron. Every time I looked at the trailer, I'm like, I do not get this game. It looks really boring and lame. It's like not even like 8-bit. The art style is very pixelated. And to me, like when things get intense, I'm like, how do you see what's going on? Like, what do you even do? But no, this game is just something that's very addictive, and it's weird. But Liz, if once you stop coughing here, tell us, was this a gamer pass for you?
This is a game for me. I was really surprised because when I watched you play, like you guys just said, I thought it looked so boring. And then you had me play one run. And I was like, it's all right. But then when you guys said that we're doing it for the podcast, I had to pick it up again. The second run had me hooked, and I was like mad at myself. I was like, this looks like the dumbest game. And but yeah, it's a game for me.
Liz is struggle bossing here. All right. So as I said, the story of Vampire Survivor, there actually is a slight story, I guess. Vampire Survivor is set in a rural Italy in around 2021. I don't know how someone got the year. Oh, by the way, I found this on Vampire Survivor Wiki. Hordes of monsters summoned by the evil Viscount Draculo ravage the land, and the Belpays family and other heroic survivors take upon themselves to hunt down and defeat Draculo. Or, I'm not even going to attempt an Italian version of that. But this quest takes them through monster-infested locales, such as a cursed forest, a haunted library, and abandoned dairy plant.
I didn't get any of that.
Yeah. I mean, I got the abandoned dairy plant and the haunted library and stuff like that, but I did not really know. I mean, there is obviously some lore, because I don't know, you eventually get a beast area and you can read about some of these monsters. But did you guys care that there wasn't really much of a story, or did you catch there was a story?
You know,
why have it vampires at all?
That's a good point.
Because vampires, like if any book, like movie, TV show with vampires, like you have to have the lore. Like vampires change from like one book to another book. So for me, it's like, cause like it's like how you kill them and stuff. So the fact that there isn't really anything about the vampires, like I don't understand why it's even in the name.
So Liz, you're actually a big Dracula fan. Like you've read the books numerous times. Like,
Yeah.
So did this upset you that this game was called Vampire Survivors and you're not really dealing with vampires, or did you not care?
I thought it was kind of a bummer. Like they had like the coffin. It's like, oh, but they're not there. And then, so for me, it's just like I didn't really get the point of having a vampire base if there wasn't gonna be anything about vampires. So it didn't bother me, but I just thought it was like a missed opportunity, or like why not just like, I mean, it could have been like Alien Survivors.
Yeah. No, I agree. So I kind of agree with Aaron. Said it should be called like Zombie Slayer or something like that.
Yeah, because there really isn't anything vampire. So I'm wondering why they made it Vampire Survivor.
I mean, you know how I feel about a story in a rogue. Like, couldn't care, who cares, great, fine, whatever. Let me get to the next run. So, I can easily say I was not upset by a lack of anything. I could sense there was some sort of a lore because I think there's even slight descriptions to the different characters, and it explains a little bit in the level descriptions. It gives you some information. But no, I wasn't really looking at it, and I think Liz is spot on. I mean, this game could have thrown literally any enemy at me, and called itself whatever it want, and I would play it. Just it's the game system itself that I love, and it's all about the gameplay. Lore would be kind of neat to tie things together, but I don't care. I really don't care.
I mean, Andrew already said it at the top here. This is a mobile game. Mobile games don't have stories because nobody cares. All they want
That's not true.
to get into the game fast and it to be, I would say, a quick session, but these sessions are like 30 minutes. When you first start out, you might struggle a little bit, but it quickly switches, and it's like a 30-minute run every single time you're playing. So it's not necessarily a short run. But yeah, it's a mobile game. So no, I didn't care about a story at all.
Yeah, that's actually one of my biggest complaints about Vampire Survivor is the runs are they're either 15 minutes or 30 minutes. You essentially got those kind of two options of what level you're picking. And that's probably my biggest complaint because you can't save mid-run. So that's the other reason too. I actually wouldn't describe this as a mobile game because that's the whole purpose of a mobile game is to be able to pick up and play and kind of stop anytime you want. You can't do that. Like, I don't know how many people are taking a 30-minute bus ride or a train ride commute to work. Like, you're usually about like 15, 20 minutes. So I think that's kind of a big negative for this game.
I think you're underestimating how many people might actually sit on a train or whatever long enough. But really, that aside, this is going to be one of my weird kind of rephrasing and probably saying the same things. But it's almost like a game anywhere versus mobile game. It's like you can play it on a mobile device, but it's not a mobile game in the aspect that you guys are describing it 100%. It definitely takes too long to do a run. Now, towards the end, does it really matter if you complete a run? In most cases, no, because you kind of get to a lot of grinding, and we'll talk about that. But when it comes to the mobile aspect of it or on those long runs, it is a drawback, I will say, because I actually started playing with the endless mode, and then I got to points where I just couldn't die. So
yeah, I did endless mode and I left my controller.
Yeah,
I had like 2.5 hours in that run. I was like, do I just quit? Like, what do I do here?
Yeah, I had to quit a lot of runs for that reason.
Yeah.
So
yeah, so the basic concept gameplay for Vampire Survivor, like I said, you are playing a character. You are not aiming or anything with your weapons. Your weapons automatically just activate. And depending what weapon you are picking, they obviously do various things. So you are essentially using left stick and moving your character around to either collect up treasure or to avoid the enemies. But you are essentially picking up random weapons from either leveling up your character from collecting gems or finding treasure chests. The weapons vary from like knives shoot in front of you, or the whip just does like a slash in front of your character, or the rune tracer shoots this ball that bounces around the map. So you never really aim these devices. They just kind of activate. And that's essentially the gameplay. You just walk around and let your devices shoot the monsters. So I don't know about you guys. I don't know why I found this game so addictive, because even describing it, I'm like, this is really boring. But I love the gameplay of it.
I think there's two big reasons, at least for me, that I can think of. Is one, variety, because there's 30-ish weapons, maybe closer to like 20, 25. but
Yeah, I'd say
just
probably
about
in the
every
20s.
single one of them has an evolution that doesn't fully change it, but in most cases it actually is like a pretty significant change. So there's like 50 plus weapons almost. The skills actually feel like they make a difference. And then you get into like the card system, which is kind of cool too, but it's the variety. And for a roguelike, it does one of the things that we talk about, kind of splitting on these games. It's not controlled by RNG. Like there is RNG, but you can largely control your build every single time. Like you're not like, I just can't get this thing. You will. You really will, and there's ways to get it. So I really appreciate that. I feel like I can control my run.
Yeah, I like that you can Google builds on like what types of builds are going to make the most sense. But Keith, you actually
Can you really?
Oh yeah, like there are people that are like what's your go-to weapon? What do you like?
I'm Googling this right now.
This is 100% what I want.
Well, these are people who like math it out, but I will say you don't need those things. But I agree, like there are absolutely skills that complement each other so well that there's just ways that even how you choose different things, it actually makes a run feel different, even though you've used the same weapons every time.
I've seen like a tier list breakdown of like these are the best possible builds. So who you select as a character,
You're not kidding.
yeah, who you select as a character is important because they go in with some abilities already built into them. Obviously, their starting weapon and everything is determined by who you're picking there. So that affects your build, and then what types of weapons you're going to pick up as you go along also affects the build. So there's this whole breakdown of there. Keith, you actually bring up a good point because I still to this day don't think I quite fully understand this, but I kind of always forget about it. Is that card system? I don't understand what I'm clicking, what I'm selecting, what it's doing. Like I have these 3 cards that are flipped over, but every time it pops up, I just hit get. But what am I getting? I don't
So you
get
can
that thing.
randomize it, or on your first selection, you can. Well, I mean, I guess on any of them, you select from the 3, or you can select from everyone you have unlocked. Like, so in the unlock section, and mostly through achievements too, you do like survive 15 minutes with this person, 15 minutes with that person, and then you unlock more and more of these cards. But they all like slightly tweak how weapons work, or like healing yourself can do damage to enemies, or picking up gold can heal you. So you pair those together, and every time you pick up gold, you're healing and damaging. And it's this like, you can just really build these cool sets on them. But some of them too, even like it makes things have an ice effect. It makes them have a fire effect, and like all these different varying things. So you kind of pick your weapons around those cards you build.
Okay. I guess I was like, it's not super clear what it's doing. I know I was unlocking some, but I was like, I don't really know what this does now. Like, I just kind of have a bunch of cards, but I don't know what it's doing. I know at one point, I clicked on one card, and then it started adding like an extra explosion in the fight. I was like, all right, cool. That's kind of nice, but I don't know how I got it. I don't know how it works.
Like, I don't know how to say this without sounding insulting, but like, did you read the card? Like because it gives you a description. It says it does this effect, and it will tell you what things are impacted by it.
Here's the problem. I've read it. My problem is I don't know how I'm selecting it. So when the screen comes up, right, you've got a bunch of cards on there, and most of them are flipped upside down or on the back side, so you can't see what they are. And then you've got a big green get button in the bottom right-hand corner. So I'm like, well, I could just go hit get. What did I just get? If I just click that, it closes that screen.
It randomizes the first one you pick out of the cards you've unlocked. Or you can select.
But what if I didn't select one?
You can skip it. I mean, you don't have to select one, I think. But as long as you hit, I think either like get, it should have either selected one automatically or randomized it, like if you had one selected.
Okay,
but
so
you
I was
should be able
probably
to
just
scroll
skipping
through.
it then. Is probably what I was doing.
There is very possibility, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But
cool.
yeah, I think it's. But yeah, I mean, you kind of go through them, and it gets way more fun as you unlock like all of the cards, because you start to see how they can complement each other.
Interesting. Keith, the
I
expert.
wasn't really paying attention to it.
I mean, I have I think I don't know, 50 hours plus into this game. I would consider myself an expert.
I was gonna do something funny. I was like, the other day I was playing it, and I was like, man.
Thank you for not.
I was like, I've played this game so much. I can't wait to booyah these guys on this podcast. Let me compare how many achievements I've got compared to these guys. And I was like, oh, dang it. I was like, I'm not going to mention that at all. You guys had way more than me. It wasn't even kind of close. So I was like, oh, never mind.
Well, since you bring it up, Aaron, so comparing my gamer score, I have 1,265 gamer score, and you have 375.
Exactly.
So good job, Aaron.
You did worse than me.
I shouldn't have even booyah'd. I shouldn't have even said I was going to do that.
I got 520.
Liz has
Dang,
more
nice
gamer
job,
score than
Liz.
you.
Wow.
Aaron, you have 12 hours into this game. I have 1 day and 16 hours.
I'm going to be honest with you guys. How could you possibly put a day or more into this game? Like, this game is fun, but it's
many
not
hours
like
I do?
a day's worth of gameplay fun.
Well, what Keith recorded is 5 days, 6 hours, but that's also probably because he left it up. But still,
Yeah, there's very many chances I fell asleep playing, because that does happen with this game if I play too late sometimes.
But to also think that your Xbox was running for over 5 days with this game up. Your poor Xbox has probably killed me.
Keith,
feel
how
like it's
are
not
you,
accurate.
after
It's
all
just
these
a
years,
day.
still falling asleep with a controller in your hand? How does that happen to you?
I mean, it's age now.
You were
It's a
in
dad. It's a
7th
dad
grade when
thing.
you were doing this stuff.
Being-
You're still doing this stuff.
I was not in 7th grade. That was in high school that happened
All right.
the first time.
All right, wow. Got me.
Booyah.
Yeah, Liz, you have 520 gamer score and recorded a day and 38 minutes played, but you
I
definitely,
definitely
did not.
didn't know I
Yeah,
did
you did
not.
not do a day. But man, Aaron, I'm you're the lowest.
Because
But I think it's
I feel like I'd be playing it for a few hours. I get, obviously it gives you 15 achievements after every run. And
yeah.
I've gone through all the levels. I felt like I progressed great. I've unlocked all your buyable unlockables. I've purchased all of those. So it's like, what more do I have left to do? And you guys have days more worse than me. It's like, okay, I guess I'm wrong.
Well, so it's funny though. So you're talking about this card system, Liz. You haven't even unlocked that, have you?
Yeah, I remember a card thing came up and it said get a couple times, but I said, I wasn't really paying attention.
All right, because I think you just got it. Because anytime I watch you do a run, I never really saw that prompt
I've
come
seen
up.
it twice,
Oh,
but I haven't unlocked all the characters. I know that because I just unlocked one.
oh, there's a lot of characters.
Yeah, I actually
Yeah,
don't
I
even
was
think
getting
I have
lost.
them all unlocked.
Maybe I don't have them all unlocked.
How?
I feel
You
it.
definitely don't. One of the characters is Sigma, and you only get her by getting everything in the collection tab, which is 153 things.
Wait, Keith, shouldn't you though? If you have 1,000 gamer score, or no, it's more than 1,000, but you have all the achievements?
There are some secret ones that aren't tied to any achievements, but you just unlock them by either doing, I think, certain tasks within levels, or you can type in a code.
Oh, okay.
But I want to ask you guys, what do you guys have for favorite character or favorite weapons?
Mine's easy. My favorite weapon's the onion.
It's a garlic, you
I'm
dummy.
sorry.
My God.
Garlic.
It is not a
I
pack
like, you said,
testicles, to be
I
clear.
like you said you come out here to booyah us and you call it an onion.
Yeah, the onion garlic. Listen,
onion garlic. That's a new hyper.
Yes, vampires hate both. Okay, they're not selective. They hate both.
No.
Well, they're
ogres
allergic
are
to
like
garlic,
onions.
but they just don't like onions because they're gross.
Yes, they hate them. So I like the garlic as my favorite weapon. Gosh, I don't know if I've got a favorite character. I kind of like, because I'm always trying new ones to see what can I do with this one. What's the panda looking guy? Krello?
Oh, yeah. He starts with the wheel.
No, he does the cherry
No,
bombs.
he throws the cherry bombs.
Oh, yeah,
liked
the
him.
cherry bombs. That's right.
I like him a lot.
He was one of my favorites very early on, because I played a lot with the guy with the whip very early on, but he pissed me he would just start to piss me off so bad. I was like,
Yeah, I did not like him.
but now I go back to him because now I'm like, well, I've got all these unlocks. Let's see, and now I have a blast with him. But so it's now I'm just trying everybody, and that's the other thing is when you start to unlock everything, I don't care who I pick because I feel like I'll just dominate no matter what.
Yeah. I'm at a point where I feel like I very rarely lose runs.
Yeah, I started off really liking, I don't know if the name is like Melda or something. But yeah, I just like, I feel like no matter what, you get to make the build that you want-ish. You might have to like sub like one or two. But that's why I kind of feel like I'm like cheating because I keep winning every single time because I know it works for me. So it doesn't really matter what character. I actually, at the beginning, I loved the garlic. But then I started feeling like the garlic wasn't strong enough.
Yeah, you love the guy who started with the garlic, Poe.
Yeah, I wasn't reading like the descriptions because then after that I was like, oh crap. But his is like actually pretty bad. But with the garlic at the end, because I was mostly depending on that at the very beginning, I realized it wasn't strong enough at that like 20-minute mark.
Yeah.
And so now it's like I like it for the beginning rounds, but I don't. It's not my favorite anymore.
And Liz, it's an onion, okay?
Well, so that's one of the things that I go back to really enjoying the card system to it, because when you add in the effects that those cards start to build, it actually it like brings new life back to the garlic, because you have there's a skill where as you move it refreshes it faster, so you're doing damage. And like I mentioned, you can heal it heals you once you evolve it, and healing can do damage. So like there's all these different things that just seem to make everything viable, and that's just another one of those things that I really appreciate about the gameplay, is that no matter what I pick, I'm like, I can make this work, and it still is a fun run.
See, it's my fault because I think that's one of the ones I didn't evolve yet. But I did notice that when you evolve stuff, it makes it just so much better.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I definitely need to do that next time.
See, I'm with you, Liz. I think the garlic's overrated. Like, it's very good early on in the game, but later on, I honestly, I very rarely pick it. I always like the Rune Tracer, but the Rune Tracer is only good on certain levels because it needs to be kind of a more narrow level. But that's the one that just bounces around and just hits enemies. And then when you upgrade it, it starts bouncing around and exploding.
I mean, the book one, and then what is it called, like Santa Water or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those two I feel like save me at the end. The last 5 minutes where you start getting like really crowded and like you have like that random like big boss. Like those are the two that really help me.
Yeah, my definitely most played character that I just stuck with the most was the Pugnala, the one that had the double guns to start. Like it took up two of your weapons, but you could evolve it into one, and so you could always gain that weapon slot back. And on top of that, I just thought it was a really good weapon. I just had a lot of fun playing with that character. I thought they were really well balanced.
See, my favorite character was Red Death. He starts with the scythes that just spin around him, but he's crazy fast. He has like 100% move speed, or like an additional 100% move speed, and he's just super fast. I was able to get a lot of achievements with him when I was trying to work on him.
I also learned too that to get the attract orb as soon as you can, because obviously like the more you're picking up, the faster that you level up. So for me, like once I actually started like thinking about it when I was playing, like actually trying to figure it out, that's when it's really starting to pick up for me.
Yeah, I gotta say too, I think like how the loot works in this game, it's very minimal, but it's so good. Like you're getting coins, you're getting gems, which is leveling up your character during your run, but then you're collecting money, and money is what you use to actually permanently upgrade your characters and unlock new characters. But like that's it. It's very simple. Like the loot system in this game is so simple. You know, you can carry 6 weapons, and then you have like 6 perk items that vary from like, pickup radius, increase, how long your weapons are up or how much of a cooldown do they have. So the like loot system is so simple in this game. And like you said, Keith, I never felt like I was being punished by the random number generator. I actually felt like I could build and do things the way I wanted. And if things weren't working out, like I always felt like I could make things work.
Yeah, there was pretty much always like like I'll just grab this one instead because actually, and then I can change this way. Like my strategy usually was always to gather my weapons first. I mean, partly you just do more damage and all of that, but I like to do that, and then I could strategize out like, okay, I know this one need, if I had Pugnala, I knew that I had a bonus slot for like a passive skill. So I would like pretty much always strategize out evolving my items and try to find the open spaces. Then like if there was spare items around the level, like wait to pick those up and wait until I'm full to pick those up, because then you can overstack your passives. Like I kind of always tried to like max out everything I could in my runs.
Do you guys have a least favorite weapon? Because my least favorite was Liz's like favorite for a while, and it always like irritated me when she'd pick it. I hate the daggers.
Oh yeah, that switched for me real soon after you like pointed that out, because you actually showed me that you can look up
the DPS you're doing.
Yeah, and then I was like, oh, I thought I was doing great with it, and I was not.
No.
So I switched right after you showed me that.
Because the daggers you actually kind of gotta aim with. Like that one actually takes a little bit of skill of like aiming it at people. And to me, I'm just like, I don't want to do that. I didn't like that or the piston. The piston I used once. It's a good weapon, but I didn't care for it.
The daggers suck and the whips suck. Oh, I just knocked my mic over.
The evolved whip is excellent though.
The one that heals you?
Yeah, when it heals you, and again when you couple in having the healing adding damage, it's basically just free life all the time.
But that's why I like the aura based ones, because they just become dominating. So I'll always go garlic or onion, KJV Bible. I'll go crosses.
It's a KJV Bible.
That's what it is. That's literally what it's called, isn't it?
It's just called King's Bible.
I mean,
No,
I think the application is
Yeah.
there. But I didn't.
Right.
Yeah, that is funny.
I'm going Bible school on you here. So it's got KJV Bible. I do crosses, and then I do axes. So it's just like a huge... Nothing touches me. Nothing comes near me. And I'll pretty much do that all the time. Rinse and repeat.
So
Yeah.
one of my favorite things to do is actually to add in the ice gun, just because once you start to get swarmed, you don't get hurt by frozen enemies. So I just run through frozen enemies, and like that's how I would stay alive. It works when you're getting super swarmed. But you know what was actually sneaky? One of my favorite weapons was the cats.
I hated the cats. They hurt you.
They didn't hurt you enough to really be consequential, but what
Still,
they did,
stupid cats.
because when they got into their little cat fights, that didn't hurt you. So it was almost like the Santa water, but it did more damage. So when you got a bunch of them and you evolved them, you just have these little spots of just free space where you could survive, and enemies would come in and die. And so it's actually, at first I didn't like it, but I grew to love it.
So, Aaron, I also wanted to ask you too, since you're the person who could always pick up on mature things here. Did you unlock the dog character?
I don't know.
Soleo, I think his name is.
The weapon
There's so
that
many
he has is flowers that drop behind you. Did you get that weapon?
I don't think so.
Why?
Yeah, the
Well,
dog
the
is
weapon-
farting him out.
The weapon is called Celestial Dusting. Keith claims it's a fart reference, that it's the dog farting and it's leaving flowers behind that are killing enemies. I'm not convinced that it's a fart reference, so I was hoping you would figure it out, because you always love pointing these immature things.
Why would they call it celestial dusting, and it comes out from behind you as you run, and it's flowers?
Has anybody
Liz, what about
Googled
you?
this?
I think I'm siding with Keith on this one.
You think it's a fart reference? I mean, this game's full of reference. I mean, like, you obviously have like characters that are kind of named after some of the characters from Castlevania. The garlic character is Po Racho, which is supposed to be, I think, like Bo Racho from Mortal Kombat. So it's very possible. Like, I feel like everything in this game is a
Every time you
reference.
find someone new, they give you the, oh, I'm sorry, but the survivor's not here. Like, I'm fairly certain that was supposed to be like a Mario reference, like your princess is in
you're
another
the
castle.
vampire's in another castle. Yeah.
So there's that.
Did you guys ever run into like a skill gap kind of early on in the game? Like, I distinctly got to a level pretty early on that I just sucked at, and it took me forever to get through it. Once I got
The
through
dairy
it,
plant.
it's the one with the carts. Is that the dairy
Yep,
plant?
dairy plant. Yep.
Once you got,
Liz was having the same issue.
there was like
No,
a
is
certain
that the
wave
first one?
of green skeletons that once they got there, I was always screwed. And it like took me forever to kind of grind that level to where I got to a point where I finally won it, and then it felt like everything after it was just as easy. So it was super weird. It felt like there was just this weird. Did you guys ever run into that issue there?
Oh, 100%.
I felt the same. Like
Yeah.
I beat that, and then after that, it was all easy.
Like the first level's pretty hard to actually beat, like get 30 minutes at. But the second level, the library, I beat it my very first try.
Me too.
I did the rune tracer and beat it very first try. And then, then you get the dairy plant. And the dairy plant is incredibly hard. Okay, so Keith found an article. It's a dog that farts flowers. Okay, so I guess if there's an article here, that I guess it is supposed to be a fart
Says who?
reference.
That's not like...
IGN.
Oh,
IGN
okay.
said it. They can't lie.
Oh, they're the source? Oh, gosh.
They are the voice of video games. Don't try to tell me otherwise.
It's just another person like you that just wrote an article on IGN saying, that's a dog that farts flowers. That's exactly what
It's
just
called
happened.
celestial dusting.
What is that supposed to... How is... I know what it says, Keith.
Crop dusting? Have you ever heard of the term crop dusting?
Oh,
Are you not
'cause-
a 36-year-old man?
Oh,
who's
because
never heard of crop dusting?
celestial and crops are the same thing?
No, because dusting and it be coming out of the posterior region of a said creature would imply that they are farts being dusted. Liz is cracking up because we are saying farts a lot.
Yeah. No, you are, Keith. No, you are.
Because it's farts.
It's embarrassing.
But I gotta say, so I am actually surprised at. I'm surprised that I did not get sick of this game's music either. I don't know about you guys. I will say I think one of the best sounds is every time you get a chest, the music that plays, especially when you got like a mega chest or when it's one of those super mega chests that has like a bunch of rewards in it. Man, I don't know about you guys, but I absolutely love that music.
I was joyed every time I got a legendary chest.
Well, not to deviate a little bit, but it irritated me that like I was like trying to figure out how to skip it, and then Andrew was just like mash the buttons until it does, and then like the one where like you get 5, you can't skip it, and I was excited about getting it, but I got like 5 in a row once, and I was just like, I just want to
poor
skip
baby.
it.
You got 5 legendary chests
No,
in a row?
But I didn't realize that because I was like smashing the buttons. I'm like, why isn't it working? And then you told me it doesn't work for that, and then I was like, oh, okay. But it was just because I was like, wow, I'm doing like there has to be a trick to it.
I could never find a consistent trick. Yeah, I would just mash AXYB, like I'd run my thumb through it and it would work. I don't know about you guys. Did you ever find a button to actually speed it up?
I think on PC you could hit like space to skip, but that's not on the controller. No, I don't think it did. I never really tried. I just let it go.
I agree.
guess
Like
I
when
didn't
you do
have
hear
the,
that
you know,
noise.
The terrible experience of getting 5 legendary chests in a row. So maybe after the 5th one, I'd be like,
Maybe it's an exaggeration,
enough
but I
with
know
all
I
this
got at
loot.
least 4 in a row.
I do have a confession to make. I have not heard a single sound or a single song from this game.
Really?
I turn that crap off immediately. And the reason why is I can't stand the music, the MIDI music in 16-bit games, so I just assume there's a lot of it. And
You don't even know.
no, I don't know.
Just assume.
I have no clue. And I've seen images of this game of just hordes of monsters, and I could just hear repetitive sounds in my head of just. Does it make those
No,
sounds?
it does not have that.
Well, in my head,
There's
without
no
hearing
dying monster noises. No.
without hearing a single sound, I just assume as I'm watching it that all it's making is as we're going
Could
through
you
waves
imagine?
of people.
This game would
That's what
be so
That's
unbearable.
why I turned off the sounds. I literally have not heard a single sound in this game. I have turned it off because I assumed that's what it does.
No, if that did happen, I would be 100% with you. I'd probably hate this game if it just had this repetitive
No.
monsters dying.
It's even worse because it's got like that's the music. All right, so picture that. That's what I pictured this game would be. So I was like, off before the game even started. I haven't heard a single sound. So anyway, I love the soundtrack.
So not even the main menu soundtrack. You need to at least hear that for a quick second.
I mean, I did, but I don't remember because it was like weeks ago. So, and I was like, nope, I'm turning this crap off. It's been great though in silence. To be clear, this game works in silence.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's a game where I agree. I like the music. I never really got sick of it. It changes it up. Like every song has its own little remix version.
Are you saying I need to turn on the sounds?
No, I'm not saying you need to. I'm saying
All
it's
right.
actually not. It's not taking away your experience by having it, but it's also not taking away your experience by not having it. There's nothing in the gameplay that requires a sound prompt. There's no like, oh, there's a boss coming. It makes a noise sometimes when you get like there's an exclamation mark or something is, but again, there's a visual prompt as well. So there's absolutely no need for sound in this game. But it's the only thing that gets a little bit much is when you really start to get towards the end, like if you unlock the fireworks weapon and you just have all these things, it does get to be a little bit of a much with the sound effects of the weapons.
Yeah.
Just like I suspected.
But
Not
at the same
that bad,
time,
though.
you can turn it off though, and I wouldn't fault anyone for doing it. So you're off the hook for this one, Aaron.
I feel like this needs to be a new segment for us. Is whenever we play a game, Aaron just needs to look at it and assume what the music and sound effects are, and do an interpretation of it.
Like, all right, in a way, here's another reason why this game kind of scratches an itch. And at least the three guys here will know this reference. I don't think Liz will. But in a way, it scratches that Dynasty Warriors itch. And Dynasty Warriors was just you blasting through hordes and hordes of people like it was nothing. And in a way, it's boring. In a way, there's not a whole lot to it, but it is 100% addicting. And again, going back to the sounds, if you were to listen to Dynasty Warriors music or sounds,
Oh yeah, it's bad.
my description of what I just did a few minutes ago is exactly what that game sounded like. Just a little more Japanese. So it's just that's another reason why this game works so well for me, even with it being a mobile game, and it is. I
feel like
I
feel
love
like
that.
we need to do a running counter of how many times we've mentioned Dynasty Warriors in a year. I feel like almost like every other episode.
I would just.
And I still have no idea what you guys are talking about.
Dynasty Warriors to come back. And I obviously this isn't all of us would, but I miss that game so much. And I
It's
wish
still
it would come
around.
back.
Did you play
It's
the One Piece one that was on Game Pass? It actually was pretty good.
Did
it's
it
a-
actually play a lot like it?
Yeah, it was One Piece Pirate Warrior.
I don't
So it
think
was like an anime-based Dynasty Warriors game. It wasn't. It still didn't fully have as good a quality of it, but it was made by the same people, and it definitely scratched the itch if we're gonna use that term. But it wasn't as good.
because I keep coming back to like I Google the company every once in a while just to see like, well, do they got something coming? And they haven't had anything new for a while.
I'm pretty sure they just came out with one recently.
There was one like 3 or 4 years ago. It's the latest one.
I wanted to play that Hyrule Warriors one, the Zelda one.
Yeah, I've heard that one was okay.
Yeah, but no, I do agree with you 100%. It's not Dynasty Warriors at all in gameplay, but just mowing down enemies.
Yeah.
100%. I agree with that.
I do still have like my Samurai Warriors Orochi 3, I think. So I need to get Liz to play that so she finally understands what we talk about when we keep referencing Dynasty Warriors.
It's
I'll give it a go.
there's just games in your life that just kind of influence the games you like in the future, and I think Dynasty Warriors is just one of those games.
Yep. I remember we were at was it EB Games or Babbage's when you first played it? When back in the day when you actually had consoles at video game stores, they could actually like try out the games. And I remember you started playing it, and both me and you were like, "What is this?" It was Dynasty Warriors 2.
Wonderful. I
You know
miss
what's
those
another
days.
one like that? And a real random throwout? Is Time Splitters 2. That was one of
I
those
actually just
first
recently
games
bought that.
like really brought out variety as like you had like 50 60 different characters, some maybe more. It was just
Yep.
I don't know, it was so unique, and even though it wasn't a standout game as a generational game, if you will, it's a formative game, like Aaron was saying.
It's original Xbox, but it's still backwards compatible. You can still buy it in the Microsoft Store. So I actually bought it. It was like $2, and it actually still holds up pretty well.
So you know what else is like $2? The DLC for Vampire Survivors.
Ooh,
Thanks for
that's segue,
transitioning me,
Keith.
Andrew.
Yeah, that was a good one.
So I actually got it because it was super
I did too.
cheap. And
Yep.
again, it doesn't reinvent the game, but it does add more fun to it because it adds more weapons and it adds more characters. The one
Yeah.
new level is kind of it's unique, and I like it because it's huge, and there's like a lot of almost like mazing to it versus some of the other ones are very linear. So I actually thought what they added for, again, $1.79 of DLC was fantastic.
Yeah, you get a discount if you're a Game Pass subscriber. So yeah, it's like $1.75 or something like that. But if I would recommend getting the DLC if like you play this game for a couple hours and you're like, I really like this game, I highly recommend you buy the DLC. So the point I'm at, I've unlocked majority of everything. So then when I bought it, the DLC, and I played it, to me, I don't feel like I'm enjoying it as much because I'm just destroying everything. And as Keith said, the new level that there's like one new level and I think 6 new characters and 6 new weapons. The new level is actually really interesting. Like he said, you're going through mountains. You have like a cityscape you can go through. The enemies are cool. But since I have like everything unlocked, one of the cards Aaron was talking about just teleports everything to you. So I was just able to instantly collect everything, and I couldn't really quite enjoy the level like I was supposed to. My characters just destroy everything. So I don't think I was enjoying it as much, but I still love the new weapons and new characters. So if you are playing Vampire Survivor and you are enjoying it, just buy the DLC. It's well worth it.
That's a good point. I honestly, at by the end of it, I was doing it just to check the box of getting achievements.
Same here.
So I was just going through it and collecting achievements. But outside of that, it is a lot of fun, and I think would have been much more enjoyable midway through the gameplay.
Yeah. But overall, what did you guys think of the art style of the game? Since you hated the music, Aaron, did you at least like the art style?
All right. I would say I enjoy the art style as a necessity. So what I mean by that is the basis of this game is to take a character doing a lot of effects and bringing in a massive wave of monsters also doing effects. If you were to do that graphically, I don't know, higher, this wouldn't run great. I think this would run like trash. And it wouldn't be able to run on Keith's crappy PC like he just said. So as a necessity, this game kind of needed to be 16-bit or whatever this is, or 8-bit, whatever it is. Because normally I kind of get a little annoyed. Like, I kind of get a little annoyed because the whole pixelated look is everywhere. It is everywhere. And normally that's kind of wearing on me a little bit. Like, it was all cute and charming at first when it was like, oh, vintage, it's coming back. And it's wearing on me. But this is a game where I'm like, okay, it's kind of like a necessity because you can still enjoy the game and it loads a ton of stuff at you. And it's not going to bog down your system doing it, or it's not going to, burn your Xbox doing it either. So for that, I say, yeah, it works.
Oh, I felt like there was a but there.
No, but it works.
I mean, there was one level that I was kind of getting confused about where I couldn't go. I think it was like the winter one with the trees. But I think that was just user error. But
yeah,
I
it's the
do
DLC
like,
map.
yeah, I like that. You could definitely tell who was the boss. Like, even if they were small, they were highlighted, or they were obviously like a lot bigger. The Grim Reaper, there's something that they don't explain. Like, the Grim Reaper comes on, and I know that that's ominous. I know that that's probably a super duper bad one. But I didn't realize like one hit and you're dead kind of thing. But at least I knew. Like, I think like I understood. Like, they made it very easy to understand is what I'm trying to say. And then like, so there's like the question marks on the map. So I'd go there, and then there's one that there was nothing there. And then I instantly saw it, like, that looks like it's a secret. And it was a secret room. I just like magically went in. So I feel like it was actually really easy to understand everything. So graphically, like, I think they did a good job, but I mean, it wasn't the prettiest game to look at. Even the characters, like, they were all different, and the weapons were different, and how they like shot out and stuff. But I wasn't overly impressed.
I mean, that's impressive that you found that secret room. You are a very unobservant person.
I know you said that. You couldn't believe that I found it.
Was that
I
on
found
the
extra character?
the vertical
tower?
level?
Yeah, the tower level.
I took a couple runs to figure out that was like, I was like, what the heck am I missing here? I was like, I feel so dumb. So props to you, Liz, because yeah, I took, I don't know, like I said, I don't know if it was forever, but it was at least a couple runs before I figured out that I was like, oh, I think I have to like leave the map. So good on you. But yeah, as far as like, again, I don't know, overall graphics, I think with Aaron, like I enjoyed him. I obviously I'm not a AAA gamer in most aspects, you know. Aaron, Mr. Call of Duty over there, he just likes his shiny polished games. He doesn't like these lowly indies. I don't have a problem with it, so it didn't bother me in any way, but I think he's 100% right in that it needed to be this way. Because even if the Xbox could run it, it would just be aggressive and really unnecessary. So yeah, like to the aspect of, I mean, they didn't even look to make it fully widescreen. Like it has bars on the outside of the screen, so it's.
I never noticed that.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
They very low graphicked it, and that I think might have been partly intentional for vintage feel, like Aaron was saying too. I don't know, but all in all, I think it was perfectly fine, and I think I actually still turned off like the flashing effects and the numbers because it got to be just too much.
Yeah, I never felt like. I don't know about you guys. Did you guys ever felt like you were losing your character, or like you didn't know if you were being hit by people? I just felt like it was easy to figure things out.
If I did, it was typically when I was at a point it didn't matter. Like it was, I was already so overpowered that I was like, I don't care if I know where I am or if I can see where I am. It really depended on the builds, mostly, I would say. But yeah, it does a good job of just keeping it centered around you. So I don't know. I just kind of focused on the center of the screen. That's sort of where I felt like I was.
I will say a little bit. There was one round that I died when there was less than 30 seconds left.
Oh,
and it was like, I don't understand how it even happened. Like I didn't even see anything like touching me. So for me, like that kind of threw me. That was towards the beginning when I first started playing too. So I was like super duper frustrated. But that's the only time that like I didn't really see, like it was super crowded, but I was like, what is touching me? So I guess like that one time, but
one thing I do love about this game is the achievements. Like Aaron, you were saying, I feel like it's hard to do a run and not get an achievement. Like I felt like every run I'm getting like 5 or 6 achievements. This game just throws them at you. So I love the achievements because all of them the achievements are all kind of challenges too. You know, getting to certain levels with certain characters, uncovering certain secrets. If you're like me and Aaron here, we love doing the Microsoft points system. I don't know if anyone is, if you have not looked into the Microsoft reward system, you definitely need to do that. But every day you can get 50 points for getting an achievement. Vampire Survivor is perfect for this because it's so easy to get achievements in this game that if you need to get achievements for rewards, absolutely do Vampire Survivor. It's decent for padding your score, but if you want to like really get a lot of achievements in this game, you're looking well over, I think it's 38 hours. 38 hours if you want to kind of complete this entire game. But yeah, people are saying you could do a good amount of them in about 19 hours.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I think the only ones that really felt like they took a lot of time was like killing 100,000 enemies in one run. And just because, I don't know, it was hard to get that many enemies. Like, it actually felt like it took a decent amount of time. But
see, that one wasn't hard. You just do endless mode.
Oh, no, it wasn't hard. It was long. Like, it required a good, like, 45-minute to an hour run to do it. Like, you couldn't do it in the 30 minutes. So that was the only ones that, like, I honestly felt like I was just like, ugh. Like, I'll grind it out just to get it. But at the same time, they almost weren't fun.
Yeah.
But I 100%ed it with the DLC, so what, like 1380 or something like that?
Yeah. This game does have quite a bit of achievements in it. But yeah, let's get into our final thoughts here. Anyone want to go first? Anyone care?
I'm jumping in just to say Vampire Survivors is a pretty good game. I like the youngins. I like that. No, it was a good game. I did enjoy this game. It is a mobile game, and it's hard, but it's a great. You know what it is? It's a palate cleanser. It's a perfect little palate cleanser. And no matter what type of game you're playing right now, it's not quite Vampire Survivors. And you can just sit down, and I get it. Like, some of the rounds go 30 minutes, but sometimes it really doesn't feel like 30 minutes. I'm sure Keith doesn't realize he lost 5 days playing that game. He doesn't even feel it. It really takes, there's no learning curve to this game.
Yeah.
I think within 5 minutes, you've got a gist of 90% of the game. It's just that simple to learn. So it's just, to me, it works at all levels. And it's a great game and 100% worth playing.
Well, I mean, I already said it in our 2022 wrap up that we might be the only podcast out there labeling this the 2023 game of the year. So this is just an early contender for me. I think my time played really speaks wonders to that. And I don't know, again, there's so many reasons why I'm like, this is just it's a dumb mobile game. But man, it's anyone who knows me, and you guys do, you called it, it's a game I love. I love the variety to it. It's just, even though everything is the same, it always feels different just enough that I want to keep playing it. I think I give this, like, I'm gonna call it a 97. I just don't think I could ever give something like 100. And honestly, it's not the greatest game that's ever been made. But when we talk about like giving games a score based on like what would I change about it, I wouldn't change anything about this game. It's perfect the way that it is, and they plan to add more DLC on top of it too. So I think it's pretty cool. And honestly, one of the things that, like, when we talk about it being a mobile game, like literally a mobile game at this point, I don't know if you actually looked into this or read about it, but it's, what I thought was really cool is that the developer of the game realized that a bunch of people were ripping it off and just being really predatory with monetary transactions in the game, and he didn't want that. That was like why he held back on finding a mobile developer. He wanted one with that vision. All that to say, he did it and had to like push it out super quickly. So they offer it as a free game with like optional ads, and that's something on mobile games that I always appreciate. I will watch an ad every time to save my life in a game, but give me the option to do it. And it's such a stupid little thing, but I think it's cool that they did that, and I have respect for that.
Yeah, Aaron, you didn't give, what score would you give?
It's funny that you said that. I am currently downloading this on my phone as well, and I did not give it a score. I'm going to give it an 89. It's simplistic. I can't imagine putting 5 days into this thing, but it is a very fun game. It is enjoyable, but it's a palate cleanser at the end of the day, so it needs to stay in the 80s. So I'm going to give it an 89.
But yeah, Keith, going on a little bit what you're saying about him pushing out the mobile version. Yeah, I saw that same interview that he didn't want too many copycats out there, so he was like, I got to get this out in mobile as soon as possible. I don't know about you, but I tried one of them, one of the copycats, because I see ads for it everywhere, and I was like, I'm going to see how this is. I tried Survivor.
Survival. Okay. I was going to say, if he says Survivor, I see so many ads for that.
So many ads for it. I'm so sick of it. So I'm like, I'm going to give this game a shot. Holy crap, is it such a copycat. Like, literally, you're picking up green gems instead of blue gems. The weapons are like they function all the same way. But my God, like, I quit after 2 levels because the monetization in that game is awful.
Yep.
As soon as I like it was all like, pay money to level up and get this equipment and do this and that. And I'm just like, no. So you guys kind of keep calling Vampire Survivor mobile game, and it is in the simplistic term, but it's also not, because this game doesn't have monetization in it. And that's what I love. Do you remember back in the day when mobile games were, hey, pay $1, $2, and that's it. This is the game. You got the game. No, every game now is free to play and has some stupid predatory stuff to it. I would much rather pay for a stinking mobile game and actually get the full game of it than like all this free to play monetization crap. So I like that he came out with this. I'm even tempted to buy it on my phone, but it is on xCloud and it has touch controls, so you can actually just play it on your phone with Xbox xCloud, and it works very well. Like I said, just the unfortunate bit is you can't save mid-run. So, but I do 100% agree with you, Aaron. This is a fantastic palate cleanser, because you don't need to remember the controls. The controls is left stick. That's it. So you could literally put this game down and years later pick it up and you know exactly what's going on. So this is a game where if you're frustrated with another game or whatever, you just got smoked in Apex Legends or Call of Duty and you're getting pissed at playing with people online, you could just pick up this game and it's just easy and it's chill. But to me, I kind of agree with Aaron where it's the simplicity of it. It just kind of lacks depth. And I kind of hate the point where I'm at where I'm just doing stuff to get the achievements, but it's not really as enjoyable anymore because I just smoke everything. For me, I'm actually going to give this an 88.
By the way, Andrew, I was not like waving to get your attention. There's something flying around me it's being a nuisance, to be quite frank.
Liz is just sick and delusional.
And,
bees.
it's actually by your head now.
Sure it is.
I feel like my score is kind of low. I was going to give it an 80 because for me, it's a fun game. I'm actually I'm not tired of it, but I feel like I've won so many rounds in a row and it's 30 minutes long. So once you get a good build, you're just because all of a sudden a big monster can come out. So you got to stand by your control. And for me, I'm thinking what would, make me give it 100 or 97?
I can't believe you get 97.
But there's graphically, there's a lot of reskins. It's oh, here's a bat. Oh, here's a bigger bat. Here's a ghost. Here's a red ghost. And then you add in the fact that there's not really story and it is very repetitive. There are some things I like with the gun variety is amazing. And when you're playing, you get so quick at picking things, so it doesn't take a long time to I know exactly what I want out of the 3 options. I don't have to keep reading them over and over again, and they slowly add more but not too quickly that you have to keep stopping to read, kind of thing. And but for me it's it's good fun, but it's definitely not the greatest game I've ever played, but it's addicting enough that it gets an 80. I thought my score was high. I'm it's because where's the substance? But I also with the weapons, you actually see them and they're very unique from each other on screen and stuff. But that that blew my mind, Keith. But I'm really happy that you found a 97 for you. I think that's great.
Metacritic?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. 95 critics. No. And 8.4. So the critics are going nuts for it.
So Liz didn't want to read any on Metacritic because if anyone's on Twitter and follows Game Pass, the Xbox Game Pass on Twitter, when this game was announced that it was coming to Xbox Game Pass, there was a ton of Sony fanboys just blasting Xbox and this game, how stupid it looked, blah, blah, blah. So Metacritic actually has been bombed a little bit from a lot of people saying Xbox is trash because they added this game to Game Pass, blah, blah, blah. So I thought it'd be nice to read from real reviewers. So this, as Aaron originally said, this is originally a PC game. This came on Steam. It currently has 98% of positive reviews with 169,452 user reviews.
That's not nothing.
Insane.
That is not nothing.
That is a lot. So if you truly want to know how people think about this game, I understand if you didn't like this game because this game is shallow, but man, but when you like this game, you really like this game like Keith. This person gave a perfect review. He put 42 hours in the game. He said, at least 40 hours of fun for the price of a soda and chips. And that's the thing. This game is $5. If you don't have Game Pass, this game just costs $5. In the end, the DLC is $2. So that's the other thing too. This game is awesomely priced. So yeah, highly recommend it. But I think that's going to do it for us. If you have any game suggestions, please email us at gamepassgrabbag@gmail.com or hit us up on Twitter or Facebook at GBGBpod. I've been your hardcore gamer host, Andrew at Fire. You can find me on Xbox Live at Firebird01952. Aaron, take it away. Tell us about your new podcast.
Well, it's not a new podcast. It is just a rebranded podcast. I know how to say those words. So Chaz and I were on the Real Movie Talk podcast. It is now the Screen Test podcast. We are expanding. We are going a little bit beyond just movies. We are doing TV shows. Really, it's all things, all screens. So who knows?
Video games?
That may mean we dabble into video games somewhere here in the future. That is absolutely a possibility. So it's essentially the same podcast everybody knows and loves. It's just a little bit more expanded here. So We just did a live listen through of Shrek, or we both just watched Shrek and then just went through the movie again and talked Shrek facts. So go ahead and check us out there. I'm also I'm on Twitter at Screen Test Pod, so check us out there as well.
Does Shrek age well?
Yeah, I think it's still you. I mean, you can see the influence of that movie on so many other films. There's a few things graphically that do not age well in Shrek, and I don't know if you.
Is it the onions?
No, you know what it was. You know when he goes to confront Lord Farquaad very early on, and he fights those knights, and he hits the cask, and all the beer comes flying out. The mud doesn't look very good. Graphically, it's one of the worst things that looks in that movie. Everything else looks actually pretty decent.
That's a really, really weird thing to
go back and check it out.
Specific.
Tell me I'm wrong.
Go back and look at Shrek mud. So I wanted to point this out, actually, so I guess this will be my outro, because I was in reference to the Screen Test Pod, as I had recently listened to your Shrek episode. Always love a good Shrek episode. You mentioned your most irritating trope in a movie, and you said that nobody does the Matrix thing anymore. And it just so happens, kids were watching Yes Day today, and there is a Matrix cutscene where they're having a big old water balloon fight. And the oldest daughter, she gets a water balloon thrown at her, and ooh, so it's still happening. Man. We are in 2020. Well, that 2021, I think that movie came out, but we are in the 2020s, and it's still happening.
And that's a kids' film, right?
It is. It is a children's film.
That is a kids' film.
They know Matrix
referencing a 2000 a movie from literally. I think Matrix came out in either 1999 or 2000, and that's a reference from that. That is just crazy.
A rated R movie too.
I love here's a good joke for the parents. But I'm with you. At this point, I am not looking at a Matrix reference.
You're telling the kids when you saw that scene, kids. That's from the Matrix. I know that. I know that one. Yeah.
Yep.
I know that reference.
Guys, we're living. It's not the real world. So yeah, if you're not exactly sure what I'm talking about, go check out the Screen Test Pod, and you will hear Aaron talk about that or complain about it, as he does most things.
Yeah, I do like to complain.
Liz.
I'm Liz Noob Gamer Tech coming up to you. I'm on Twitter at Liz Noob Izzy W.
I didn't even remember what you're saying.
I think she's dying.
Picked up a lot of.
I cannot hear her a lot. She sounds like she's dying.
She was struggling this episode. She was trying real hard to be quiet.
It makes me have to cough.
Thank you so much for trying to be here for us, Liz.
What a champ.
Yep. Struggles for all of us. For your entertainment. All right, everyone. We love you all. We'll see you again next week.
Bye, guys.
See you. Bye.